Hello guys and welcome back to Ollie's on the Ball. This is my round 13 tips video. This is the big freeze round, so there will be a game on Monday, also King's birthday, so if you're wondering why there's a game on Monday, that'll be why. This should be a pretty good round. A couple of good games, a couple of mediocre games. Last week, 3 out of 9 tips. Yeah, it was a terrible round for tipping, and I wasn't the only one who didn't do well. Ollie's got 3 out of 9. Yeah, not a pretty average week. Let's get into the tips. First game, Adelaide v Richmond, Adelaide Oval, 7:30 p.m. Thursday. Adelaide 4-1-7 last week, lost to Hawthorn by 27. Not their greatest showing, but Hawthorn played pretty well, and Adelaide, although they didn't play the greatest, they didn't play absolutely horrendous, but Hawthorn just shocked them, I think. Richmond had a very good first half. They won 11 against Geelong, and probably should have led by more, and then their second half was not very good, so they ended up losing by 30 points, which is a fair bit to lose by after being in front by about 20. Adelaide Oval, so this should be a pretty safe tip. I'm going to tip Adelaide by 25. My Oz call Richmond failed to kick a goal in at least one quarter. Next match, Western Bulldogs Brisbane, 7:40 p.m. Marvel Stadium. Bulldogs 6-6 last week, defeated Collingwood by 18. Pretty good performance, was a good win, not expected. Yeah, just a good win for the Bulldogs. Lions 4-1-6 last week, had the bye, so I can't really talk much about them. This should be a pretty close game, but I'm going to say the Lions win and probably an upset by 9, with my Ollie's called Joe Daniher kicks 3+ goals. Next match, Hawthorn GWS at Utah's Stadium, 1:45 p.m. Saturday. Hawthorn record 5-7 last week, defeated Adelaide by 27. Played very well. Dylan Moore kicked 6 maybe? 5, I think he kicked. He kicked a lot anyway, so that was a very good performance from them. GWS 7-4, had the bye. Hawthorn aren't out of finals yet, I'd say. They've got, they could, I'm tipping them in this match because they play very well at Utah's and they're not far out of favourites. So, I'm just thinking they could actually make finals. But I'm going to tip the Hawks by 13 with my Ollie's call Hawthorn later all changes. Next game, West Coast North Melbourne. West Coast 3-9 lost to St Kilda by 14 last week. Not a great performance, obviously not great if St Kilda somehow managed to beat them, although the Saints did actually play well. Unfortunately for West Coast, Harley Reid is suspended after tackling Darcy Wilson 2 weeks, which also means he is ineligible for the Rising Stars, so that's big news. North Melbourne 0-11 bye. That's their best performance of the season. They've lost by the least amount of points. I'm going to go the safe tip West Coast by 51. My Ollie's call West Coast have 10 more scoring shots than North Melbourne. Next game, St Kilda Gold Coast, 7:30 p.m. Saturday at Marvel. St Kilda record 4-8 last week, defeated West Coast by 14. They played pretty well. Mason Wood kicking 4 goals. Wanganeen Malira had a pretty good game. Steele, after a bad first quarter, bounced back alright. Just a pretty good performance for the Saints. Max King with a fitness test. Not sure if he'll play. Gold Coast 7-5 last week. Very good win over Essendon by 11 points. Yeah, Ben Long played pretty well, and I think his 100th game. Gold Coast, if they win this, they are really up there for finals. Gold Coast favourites, so I'm going to tip them easily by 31. With my Ollie's call, St Kilda kicked less than 15 points in the first quarter. First Sunday match, Sydney v Geelong. Sydney record 10-1 last week by Geelong 8-4 last week, defeated Richmond by 30. Interesting first half. but Richmond played well. Second half was great. Comfortable win in the end. Geelong, if they can win a couple, break clear from the pack, they'll be locked into finals. So this is a crucial game for both sides. Sydney to stay clear on top of the ladder. I'm going to tip Sydney by 23. My eyes called Geelong have 70 plus tackles. Second last game of the round. Second year they've had the King's Birthday Eve match. I think they're expecting about 90,000. Essendon 8-1-3 last week, lost to Gold Coast by 11. Not a great performance. They're still second on the ladder though. They'll be looking to rebound with the win to keep second spot. Carlton 8-4 last week, defeated Port Adelaide by 36. It was a very good performance away and in Adelaide, especially where they haven't won a whole heap. So I'm going to tip Carlton by 3 in this one, with my eyes called margin doesn't exceed 15 points all game. And then final game of the round, the King's Birthday match and the Big Freeze match. Collingwood 6-4 last week, lost to Western Bulldogs by 18. Not a great showing. Nick Dacos still played pretty well, and they probably will go into this match as favourites, given Melbourne are 7-5, but lost to Fremantle by 92 last week. Now, I was watching the Cricket World Cup, which has just started. I probably won't cover any content on that, but it's still a good event. But back to football. Yeah, I didn't watch much, but geez, they must have had to play bad. I tipped the upset in Fremantle, and Melbourne lost by 92. So after that performance, I'm going to tip Collingwood to win by 17. My last called game is under 10 points in the last 5 minutes. Thanks for watching. Buys. Sorry, go back. Buys Port Adelaide and Fremantle. Thanks for watching Ollie's on the Ball finally, and make sure to like and subscribe. See you next time.